guys, today I'm going to be reviewing Koda Kumi's 2015 album Walk of My Life. And I have the fan club version and Blu-ray version of this album. I did an unboxing video for this, so you should check that out if you haven't done so already. So I did show a little bit of the interiors in that previous video. They're both pretty similar. There's just different cover art on both the backs and fronts, but the booklets are the same, I think. And I did really like the shoot that Koda Kumi did for this album. She looks a lot more mature. She still looks a little like sexy though. And the first half of the booklet has color pictures like these, and then the second half are black and white, and I really like both. And this picture is one of my favorites in the book. So for this album, Koda Kumi said that she felt like she was becoming more of an adult and she kind of abandoned her whole Ku-chan persona, and there's not really any cutesy songs or any songs along those type of lines. She's definitely kind of abandoning her previous like ero kawaii persona that she used to have. She used to say that her style was erotic and kawaii or cute. This album's very heartfelt with some dance tracks thrown in there. So let's start on the review. The album opens with an introduction, like most of her albums, and I'm not a huge fan of this one. It's okay, it's a dance track and there's a male vocalist thrown in there as well, but my main problem with it is that it doesn't lead into the next track, which is of a completely different genre than the introduction. So I would have liked a lot more if the intro had set up like a story for the next track coming up. But instead it's kind of like this jarring transition between the two. The second track is Dance in the Rain, and it is a big, powerful Koda Kumi ballad. This song is about picking yourself up and moving on with your life, which I feel like Koda Kumi has written about a lot. But I do really like this song. It's not my new favorite ballad by her, but I do like the progression of the song and how we kind of start off gently in the first verse and it kind of builds up dramatically, and her voice is just belting in the choruses. And this song, there feels like in some of the choruses that her voice is getting away from her, and that actually happens a few times on this album. Her voice is very powerful and the quality is very good. And that's something I really like about Koda Kumi's voice, is that even through all these years of her performing, she hasn't lost the quality of her voice. A lot of singers experience vocal fry and vocal damage like that, and they just can't sing the same way they could when they first started performing, and Koda Kumi has just improved and improved her voice. However, on this album, she isn't controlling her belting as much in some of the songs, where she is letting it escalate into the yelling zone. But I don't totally mind it. I do like the song, but it's not my favorite. And this was a single, and I really enjoy the video for this song. It's kind of like a sci-fi sort of video, and Koda Kumi looks really cool in it. The next song is Lippy, and I really like this song. Koda Kumi is bringing her little hood rat gangsta attitude back, and this song is about her just being herself, even though people think she's a little too rude or harsh. And this isn't quite a dance song, but it's pretty upbeat, and I really like the instrumentation in this. Her voice in the chorus is almost nasal and it's almost annoying, but it's just at that point where I still really like it and it really suits this song. Track 4 is Mercedes, and this song is a filler song to me. It doesn't have a lot of substance, and it's not very memorable. It's just kind of there on the album, and I feel like it doesn't really fit in that well. The next song is Like It, and I thought this whole time that she was saying, ooh, like it, ooh, like it, but I looked in the lyrics and she's actually saying, I think he like it, but I don't hear that at all. This is another song where in the pre-chorus her voice is approaching being very nasal and annoying, but I still like it. The rest of the song is smooth, and it's one of Koda Kumi's like seductive songs, and I really like her dance to this song, and when she performs it live it's really good. This is a dance song that sounds very similar in the style to the dance songs that were on Bon Voyage. The next song is House Party, and I think a lot of people were not liking this song. It's very weird and very confusing because it's barely even a Koda Kumi song because there's so many other singers or vocalists on this track. We only actually hear Koda Kumi for a little bit, and there's lots of voices in the chorus, and there's another male vocalist who's very prevalent on this track. The song is very heavily influenced by disco, and I've never heard Koda Kumi do that style, and that's just a style I haven't heard in J-pop pretty much ever. That being said, it is a really catchy, good song. It's not among my favorites, but I don't get why people are hating on it so much. Because I really do like it. The next track is an interlude, and I don't really get why it's in this place in the album because it's not halfway through and it doesn't seem to be breaking up the album from like one genre to the next, which often happens with interludes. And it's not my favorite interlude ever. It's not very good. It's very repetitive. I don't like the you gotta dance, dance, dance repeating over and over. Track 8 is Hotel, and this was a summer single. I really liked this single when it came out. It's a sort of fun, upbeat, high production value type of single. And again, Koda Kumi is using her nasally voice at the beginning, but I don't hate it. It seems like in this album she's sort of replacing her like cutesy voice with this nasally rapping, which I'm kind of okay with. I do like Koda Kumi's older cutesy songs, but I don't mind this new style she's attempting at all. As for this video, I really love it. I thought the pastel theme of the video is really pretty, and I love Koda Kumi's long blonde hair in it. The next song is Give Me You. This song kind of surprised me because it reminded me of her style way back on Kingdom. She's almost using a cutesy voice in the song, but not quite. I don't love this song, even though I do love Kingdom, and this reminds me of the Kingdom album. I just feel like the song is a little bit out of place on this album. It's a good song, and it's kind of in the middle. It's not the worst song on the album, and it's not near my top favorites either. Track 10 is You Can Keep Up With Me, and this is a very aggressive electro rock sounding song, and reading the lyrics and the aggressive way she delivers the chorus, I can't help but feel like she actually meant you can't keep up with me, but I can't really believe that mistake made it through all the choruses and the actual title of the song, so I'm a little bit confused by that. And this is another track where her voice seems to be getting away from her. She keeps building as she repeats You Should Know in the chorus. She's approaching the yelling territory, so I don't particularly like this song. There's nothing too much that I like about the lyrics or the instrumentation or her very aggressive way of singing it. The next song is Money in My Bag. I like this song pretty okay. It's a little annoying. It's a very high intensity dance song, at least in the choruses. And since it is such a basic dance song, there isn't a lot of substance in the lyrics, which I don't really mind. I like Koda Kumi's like fun and dance or Koda Kumi's hip hop songs, but I think she has done better dance or hip hop songs than this one. Track 12 is Piece in the Puzzle. This is a electro rock song, and I absolutely love this song. I think this is actually my favorite song on the whole album. I love the fun kind of tongue rolling thing that Koda Kumi does during the pre-chorus. I actually love the vocal filters on the chorus. Usually those bother me, but they're so minimally used in this song that it just adds a little something, and I really like it. And I love the ups and downs in the chorus, and just everything about the song is really catchy. All that aside, looking at the lyric translation for this song, I don't really know what it's about. There's not a ton of specific description in it, and there's a lot of repetition, and there's not just very much substance that I would expect, but the overall production value of this song is very high. Track 13 is Fake Tongue, and when I first saw the title for the song, I was like, what the hell does that mean? So the song is basically referring to liars or people who act fake, so I guess the fake tongue is a metaphor for lying, and Koda Kumi's kind of got this attitude in the song where she's like, I'm just gonna ignore these people. But I really love this song. I love how she's kind of like creeping in quietly in the first verse, and then in the chorus she just kicks it out and is like belting super loud and doing that almost screaming thing, but I like it. And this song is very heavily rock influenced as well, and I'm really liking the rock songs on this album. Like I said before, I can't remember which album I was reviewing of hers, but Koda Kumi's voice really suits the rock style that she brings to some of her tracks. Like Ningyo Hime is one of my favorite songs by her. The next song is Sometimes Dreams Come True. This song is about Koda Kumi when she was a little girl and she's dreaming about becoming an international superstar and a singer, which actually happened for her. But overall, I find the song a little bit basic. I feel like I've heard it a bunch of times. There's nothing too unique about it, and I feel like Koda Kumi is holding her voice down a little, especially after hearing all these tracks where she's belting so much and pretty much almost yelling. There's nothing that really grabs my attention on this track. The next song is Life So Good, and it's spelled capitals life, lowercase so, capitals good with 2 exclamation marks. I really like this song. It's really cute. It's probably the most cute song that we're gonna get on this album, and I really like the chipmunk voice at the beginning. I don't know why, but it's just adorable. I find the chorus on the song though a little bit boring, and usually it's the other way around where the chorus is the most exciting part of a song, but in this case it's actually the intro and like the verse of the song I find are the best parts. The closing song on this album is the title track, Walk of My Life. And from the title I assumed that this song would be like a reflective song and thinking about everything that's happened in the past, but when you look at the lyrics it's actually more about becoming your own person and moving on and looking forward to the future and going on with their life. And I can tell the song is really dear to Koda Kumi. She gets really emotional every time she performs it live. I think that's why it became the title track of this song. I think she was using that overall theme for this album. So this is a ballad. It's pretty dramatic, but it's pretty good. It's definitely not my favorite track on the album either, but it is the most memorable of the ballads and kind of like the more slower tempo songs. The video for the song I don't get at all. Koda Kumi is like sleep floating out of the room and over like New York City or something, and it's just really bizarre. So that was the entire album of Walk of My Life. I would say this album is a step above Bon Voyage in terms of the songwriting and the production and overall how much I liked it. I really do like the dance tracks that were on her last two albums a lot, but I can definitely sense that maturity that's coming out in her and how she's growing out as a person and as an artist in this album. And there's quite a lot of different things going on in this album with different genres and everything. And overall, like I said, my favorite track is Piece in the Puzzle. I also really like Lippy and Fake Tongue, and then if I were to pick a fourth, it would probably be Like It. And my least favorite songs are actually the introduction and interludes. I really wish those had been left off the album because they didn't really fit in at all. And if I had to pick an actual song that was my least favorite, I would have to say You Can Keep Up With Me. That was the album. I really want to know what you guys thought of the album, so let me know in the comments down below, and make sure you check out all my social media links and everything. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. And this song's such a jam. It's another EDM song. I can't believe how much I really